Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be making a plane that has to break 150 miles an hour. I'm speaking quite quickly because today is the 24th of December and I need to get this done by the 26th of December. And I mean, tomorrow's Christmas Day, so I'm going to be a bit busy talking to my family and actually being human. So, a bit of a rush, but it's okay. The plan is simple. We're going to build an aircraft that looks like this. You'll see the sketches popping up on your screen right now. My sketching process, as you can tell, I still can't draw, but it's going to be awesome. The basic plan for this, I think, is that we're going to draw this front section out up to this flap section. So these are going to be the elevons. Not flaps, Jesus. These are going to be the elevons, with these being rudders of some sort, which wouldn't be moving with the elevons. I don't know why I drew it like that. Then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these parts, the elevons, come separately on a different sheet of foam board, but now I'm going to cut out the front part of the fuselage right up to here and to here on this. So let's get straight to it. Let's get building. Okay, so we've now got this. None of this is glued in yet, but this is basically the frame of what we're working with. I'm going to position the EDF units here and here, and then I'll have the tube that ends right here, where my pinky is. So it should come in right there, and I'll cut a hole in the wing to make it fit nicely. And now, I think let's just glue it all down. Okay, so I now have these two parts, which are going to go here and here, and they will form this central hub that goes back, and then it'll curve down at the end, which I'm going to do in a second. What I've also added here is this hatch for each of them, so you can actually get in and like put the batteries in and whatnot. These aren't glued down yet, I'll glue them in a minute. I think that's it. And then I'll do this back part, then I think then we'll go for the wings, like the cover like fold like that, and then EDFs, and then control surfaces, rudder, and then we're done. Alright, so ailerons are now on. Sorry, elevons are now on, and I've added the rudders in. They're a bit small, the rudders that is. I think the elevons will be fine. Rudders are a bit small, but I don't know. I think it's alright to have them like that. I'm just gonna roll with it, and then if I find out it's really unstable, I'll make them massive. But for this project, I just need to minimize drag, so I am not making them really big. And as you can see, that's ailerons, that's elevator, so they work perfectly. The one caveat to that being, I've never made a flying wing before, so I don't know how much reflex you're meant to have. I've just gone with that. Tomorrow I'll slap the engines on and we'll find out if that's way too much reflex or if that's a perfect amount. And so yeah, see you then. Okay, so what I've got here is basically, this is matched to the width of the back of the EDF, and then this is diameter 60mm. So apparently, according to something I read a while ago, if the end of the tube is smaller than the start, then it gives more power air, or it gives like better thrust because the air is more concentrated. So that should make it stronger. I've then essentially taken a bit of 3mm foam board and just wrapped it around this. Like, I've rolled this along it, followed it with a pencil, wrapped that around it to create these tubes, and then they've been glued on to the EDFs, and then the EDFs have been screwed into this bit of poplar. I don't remember, that's what the flight test guys call it, poplar, and then glue's been put onto that, and then they've just been glued in place here, and with like a load of glue here and just all over the place. So they're very solid. I'm gonna plug everything in now. We'll do one last look and then we'll get to flying tomorrow because it's dark today, but we will fly. Yeah.
How's the control?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Is it? Yeah. Hard to fly, is it?
Yeah, extremely hard to fly. I've got like no control. I can't seem to turn it back over. I'm trying to bring it back around, it's not working. Nope, that's going down.
Yeah. But at least it's floating down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well, that did not go as planned. In the video you saw it went pretty shoddily in terms of flight. It was pretty slow, it was going all over the shop. I don't know how much you can tell, but I was confounded, to say the least. So, does this call for a complete redesign? Probably. However, before, I told you I was on a tight time schedule. I said, oh, I've got 2 days. Now, I've got 2 hours. So, we're going to have to speed this through a bit. We're not going for a complete redesign. My basic strategy is I need to achieve 2 things. I need to make it less unstable, faster, and everything else doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut out the center of this to make space for a 4S battery. We're going to slice off the edges with a little bit of magic. And then we're going to replace the sides here with different shaped rudders, because I think that will work. I'm drawing inspiration from some other flying wings I've seen online. But, I mean, to tell you the truth, I am guessing this entire thing. I've never made a flying wing before. This is all guesstimation. And if all else fails, I guess I'll just fly up to as high as I can with that and just nosedive and see if we can hit 150. But yeah, let's get building. Ta-da! Magic. Not really, editing, but you know. 3 different things happened in the next half hour. The first thing is I tried to CAD model a new canopy for the front of the wing, which I abandoned because, as beautiful as it was, it would take too long to print, which would mean it wouldn't work for this application. The second thing I did was try and foam board model a new canopy. This didn't work because my attempts all looked bad and weren't aerodynamic, and it was really hard, okay? Cut me some slack. The third thing I did, was I tested the thrust of each EDF, and I noticed something. One EDF has different power to the other one. It didn't feel like it had equal thrust. This would explain some of the yaw problems, some of the turning problems that I had on that last flight, and ultimately is a big problem for me. And then I did something else. I binned the whole thing. Now we're doing something different. We're going to try and make a very, very bad copy of the English Electric Lightning, because it has 2 engines, and I have 2 engines, but I can't put them next to each other, so I'm going to put them on top of each other, which is what the Electric Lightning has, even though it's not electric. Weird naming, but whatever. We're going to make that very quickly, very shoddily, because it is 8 PM at this point, and I'd rather go to bed before 2 AM the next morning. I went to bed at 2 AM the next morning anyways. But oh well. Let's get going. Well, wait, can you land for a sec? Because I'm going to do an intro. We have the plane here. It's a lovely day at Richmond, and by lovely I mean it's very windy and very cold. It's fine, I'll take it. Here we have the airplane. And my erratics is about to blow over, but it's fine. The ailerons are ready, up and down's ready, side to side. We got both of these pushing the right way. Yeah, we're just gonna send it. We've got a drone up in the air as well, so we'll have plenty of good footage, and yeah, let's do it. Actually, I should probably check that these are the right way around. Left, right, oh sorry, left, right, up, down, side, side, sick. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! What the f? Ready? What?
It seems to be tail heavy.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Back forward.
Huh?
Battery.
I can't put it much more forward, but I'll try. I have another
Because the weight's here.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Here.
It's acting here, and I need it to be more forwards. Yeah. Should have made it longer. I tried to put this battery forward. I think. Yeah, I can't. I have a bigger battery, I'm going to use it instead. We'll see if that helps. Almost.
Once more.
Yeah. And that actually almost worked. We just weren't keeping up speed. I overcorrected on the elevator. Let me add in Expo. Never mind, I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so as you can see, things were not going as planned. It was going up, it was stalling, it was spinning, it was just being a silly sausage. We were not having success. But why is this? Well, as I was looking back and editing this video, I noticed that in the first video, immediately after the crash, the ESC is beeping. Now this is an Arrows 40 amp ESC designed for a Marlin, and what I noticed is that whenever there's low voltage, it will start beeping. So the ESC may have been faulty, or the connection was bad, which led to one of the ESCs not working. Now, can you guess which ESC I think that wasn't working? It was probably the top one. If the top ESC isn't working, then the top EDF isn't working, then you're going to get more thrust from the bottom, which is going to cause a pitching up moment, which is going to cause that increase in our angle of attack, that problematic characteristic that ultimately led to stalling. And, well, I mean, you can literally see it on the screen. So yeah, that's what I think happened. But we weren't done. At this point, I basically just evolved into I'm going to throw this and do random stuff and hope that it eventually works, until eventually this happened.
Okay.
And that's that. Well, we tried. We failed. Sometimes that is just life. Yeah, exactly. I will probably come back to this project actually in future. God knows how, but it's interesting how this keeps breaking. But also I think I'd like to try a 3D printed solution to try and go faster. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Shame it didn't work out, but at least we can find out what the max speed actually was. It was, stop, read, 34 kilometers an hour. Hell yeah! Is that not the fastest speed? No, okay, I'm depressed. 34 kilometers an hour. Definitely But the drone went faster. Yeah. Well, definitely gonna try this again though. I want to redo this model design entirely, and yeah. Goodbye.